Our eyes are going to wait for triangle. Watch, he goes crosser. Now we can see it light up, and he's going to cut to the outside. Look at that. 4 to 5 yards of separation. We're going to pass that, lead that up and towards the sideline. Absolutely roast him for a 52-yard touchdown.
Thing that you say about me, my dogs like to play Madden in 2K, but one thing they don't do is play about me. My homeboy Tyler, he playing South.
What is going on, guys? King Reggie, and we are back. So today we are continuing that new trips tight end inspired offense that I'm bringing to you guys. It is out of the Kansas City Chiefs playbook, and we're actually going to be out of the Trey flex weak formation and the trio offset weak formation. Now, it is trips tight end inspired, so it's going to give us the benefits of trips tight end, which is obviously really good. It's one of the meta offenses for like 4 years now. It is going to give us some really unique personnel we can get on the field, and it is also going to give us some really unique run plays and pass plays that are not in a normal trips tight end look. Now, if you missed the first video in the series, guys, go watch that video right now. It's really important. It's kind of the intro to the scheme. It goes over my abilities I use, the audibles I like, the really unique personnel we can get on the field, which we can get 4 receivers on the field. So it's super, super glitchy, guys. And then it goes over the run game. Now, my channel is a little bit different, guys. I'm actually going to use real gameplay footage. I'm going to break it down in-game, me playing real opponents in head-to-head, online, weekend league. I'm going to actually break it down exactly why all these plays work. Now, if that sounds like something that would interest you guys, please leave a like on this video. Please sub to the channel. I do not want you guys to miss anything. This whole offense is super, super glitchy. So, the formation we are using today is Trey flex weak. Now, like I said, we were able to get 4 wide receivers on the field in this formation, which is super, super unique, guys. So as you can see, at my tight end spot, I have number 10. That is Tyreek Hill. How we do that, we go over on the right stick when we get on Trey flex week, and that'll be our packages. You'll see in the bottom of the screen there, it'll say tight end wideout. We want to go to that package. That will sub a receiver in at our tight end spot. Then we will just manually go into subs, and one of the tight ends will be at our wideout spot. Just manually sub in our 4th receiver, and then we will have 4 receivers on the field, which is just going to open up a whole bunch of possibilities on offense. So the play we will be going over today, guys, is Jet Chip Wasp. Now, this will be my 2.5 setups. I will say it's 2 setups, but kind of 3 that we will use to beat man coverage. This is going to be my main man coverage beater. Then we will be also going over Jet Chip Wasp to beat zone coverage in a later video. But this is going to be my main man coverage beater. Man coverage is really the meta right now. So many people are running man coverage with lots of 1 steps ahead on the field. So this is going to be a really, really good play to beat man coverage, and that is what we are going to use it for. So Gun Trey flex week, Jet Chip Wasp. Let's get into this play. All right, guys, Jet Chip Wasp, this is the setup number 1. So now I always kind of make this screen for you guys. It's a really good tool. Kind of the idea is if you ever need to, remember the adjustments, the reads, the keys, any of the different setups, you guys can just bring it back up on your phone, pause it, you can read through it. If you're in practice mode and you really want to get these plays down, bring it up on your phone, pause the video, and all this info will be right there at your fingertips. So that is the idea with this screen, guys. So kind of want to quickly go over the keys. Some of them will make more sense once we go through both plays, but we want to have Hot Route Master on our QB and Route Tech on the middle receiver on the trip side. I go over that in the first video, but that's really important for this play. Now, hot routed corner routes, guys, I go over this lots in other videos. They destroy man coverage every single time if the player they're going against doesn't have 1 step ahead and we have Route Tech on that player. They will get open every single time, guys. And then in setup number 2, we have a really deep, unique corner route that I haven't seen anywhere else that gets open against man coverage every single time for a huge gain if they don't have 1 step ahead on that player. Now, we want to call either setup 1 or setup 2 depending where they have 1 step aheads on the field. So if they have 1 step aheads on the slot receiver, then we might want to motion over the other receiver. We will get into that more, but basically a lot of people are running 1 step aheads right now. So wherever their 1 step aheads are, we want to motion receivers across the field to just kind of change where their coverage is so we can get guys open. And then it's also, we want to run setup 2 if they don't have deep halves, because it's, you know, kind of like a one-play touchdown or like a 40-yard gain if they don't have a deep half on that side. So let's go over Jet Chip Wasp number 1. These are our adjustments. We want our trips to the wide side. We want to have a corner route on the middle receiver on the trip side. We want to do that first, guys, before we motion across the field. Then we want to put our tight end, who we have at receiver, on a slant route. And then we want to motion the most outside wide receiver across the field. Those are going to be the adjustments for Jet Chip Wasp number 1. So let's go over the reads really quickly, guys. I kind of want to go over them more on the field. So our first read is going to be throw to the hot routed out route on break if there is no curl flat out there. I'll show that on the field, guys. But basically, that out route, if they don't put a curl flat underneath it and there's no one step ahead, we will throw that every single time. Then we want to look to the slant from the tight end. It's actually a wide receiver, guys, and this slant is so good because he's lined up at tight end. A lot of the times they will have a corner on him that's way outside shade, so he will break in super quickly, get open almost every time. The other thing that really makes it nice is if they have, because it's a tight end, a lot of the times they will have either a safety or a linebacker on him, which he will obviously burn. I usually use Tyreek Hill at that position, burn every single time. Then our third read, we want to look at that motioned across out route. If there is no curl flats, then we want to look to the deep cross from the inside slot receiver, and then the delay flat route from the running back is a super glitchy route also. So those are going to be our reads, guys. Let's get into the first play. All right, guys, so the routes, the route combos for this play, we're going to have this hot routed out route from our slot receiver. This is going to be our first read every single time. He's going to get so open. Then we're going to have this motioned across player here, and he's going to run up, kind of a corner route, and then an out towards the sideline. Then we are going to also have this slant that is super glitchy, guys. He's lined up inside, going to have a lot of linebackers and safeties and man coverage on him. Then we are going to have this deep crosser that destroys man coverage. And then we are going to have this kind of delayed out route, table route from the running back. So really the idea, guys, when we have our really big man coverage beating plays, we want every single route on the field to be able to beat man coverage, and that is how this play works, guys. Every single play will beat man coverage at least a decent amount of the time, and then a lot of them at like 70-80% of the time. So let's look at the first play. So our first read, guys, is always going to be this out route from our receiver here, route tech. We are going to see how glitchy this is. So right away, our eyes are going here. They actually do have a flat defender, but he is so late getting out there. As soon as we break outside, guys, we are going to see this route tech ability light up. We're going to get 5 yards of separation, fire that in for like a 17-yard gain. So that is always going to be our first read, guys. Okay, same thing, motion across the field. We're watching this guy. As long as they don't have one step ahead, we're going to be looking there. We're going to look for the user. If he doesn't get out there and there's no flat defender, we're going to wait for the break. As we can see, the ability lights up there. That's like 4 yards of separation, turn up field, 20-yard gain. Okay, one more time, guys. No one step ahead on this player. No flat defender coming out. The user stuck way inside, so we are going to fire that in. 5 yards of separation, turn that upfield, and that's like a 70-yard touchdown. So always, guys, this is going to be our first read. No one step ahead, route tech on this player. He will destroy man coverage. Okay, guys, the next route we are going to be looking at is this slant route from the tight end, our fourth receiver. So this is super nice, guys, because a lot of the time, this is either going to be a safety or a linebacker on this player, because he is in a tight end position. So unless they're in a 1-3-7 or a dime defense, this is always going to be one of their worst coverage players on a Tyreek Hill or Randy Moss, whoever you want to put at this position. So let's take a look. Right away, running that slant route inside, get 4 to 5 yards of separation, guys. Turn that upfield, get another 10 to 15 yards. So if that's a normal tight end at that spot, guys, they are just not going to get the same separation, and then they are not going to be as good after the catch. So that is what makes that slant route so deadly. Okay, let's look at it again, guys. Slant route on the field, going against a safety, absolutely turns him around. That's 4th and 8. We're going to low ball that in there. Gain of 12 yards. So basically, unless the user plays that, guys, or they have their hook curl or something, they have a hook curl in the field playing underneath that, that is going to get open, you know, I would say 70 to 80% of the time. Okay, guys, now the next route we want to look at is this Allworth route. So usually if you don't motion them across, this is going to be up, then it's going to be a post, and then a dig. So now when we motion it across the field, it's going to be up, corner route to a out route. Now, why this is super glitchy, guys, is on that second cut, the corner really just doesn't react well to it. So really watch the player in man coverage on this play. The first cut, he cuts upfield. Now, the second cut, when we cut out, he is still heading upfield. We're just going to fire that in along the sideline. This is never going to be a really huge gain, guys, but it's going to be a very consistent throw for 10 to 12 yards along the sideline. Okay, one more time with Allworth, guys. We're going to motion him across the field. Man coverage, watch. So he's going to go up, then he's going to go out. When he goes out, he gets 3 yards of separation there. Fire that in for a 10-yard gain. So that is the idea with that route, guys. Okay, next route we want to look at, guys, is this Randy Moss crossing route. Obviously, we know crossing routes are super good against man coverage. And we can see on this play it is no different. Here we get 4 to 5 yards of separation on that play. This I really like if they're, you know, in a zero blitz. They have no help over the middle of the field. They have no deep blues. I'm really going to attack with this crossing route. Okay, one more time, guys. Allworth will be running the crossing route on this time, and he absolutely toasts this player here. Another thing I like about this crossing route at the inside most receiver is, like I said, if they're in a nickel formation, the players that will be playing, the corners that will be in man coverage will always be the 2 outside receivers, and then the nickel corner will be over the middle slot receiver on the trip side. So now we are going to be getting safeties on our tight end and our inside most receiver on the trip side. So that is a reason why he's going to get so much separation on these corner routes. There it is for like a 30-yard gain. Okay, really quick, guys. Now we want to look at this running back table route. It is super unique, guys. It's going to be a delayed table route out of the backfield. We're going to just see he's going to delay, then hop out. So what this is going to do, if they're blitzing, he's going to just sneak out. And a lot of the times if people are blitzing, they're going to use the running back. And as soon as they see him kind of come up to the inside, they will leave man coverage on the running back and go help other receivers. Now, that is just going to be a super easy check down on 3rd and 12, and we're able to get a first down. I'm going to go over this in the next setup, guys, where we actually have man coverage on him, and he's going to get really good separation against man coverage as well. All right, guys, now let's go over Jet Chip Wasp number 2. This is going to be the second setup. Now, you can kind of see in the play art behind there is that kind of deep crossing route, and then he'll break to the outside, guys. This is a super unique route that destroys man coverage if they don't have one step ahead on this player, and our player is going to have route tech, guys. This player will be either a one-play touchdown or like a 40-yard gain against man coverage. So I want to keep that route on the field unless they are having, you know, 2 safeties back or a deep blue over the trip side. Then we will just put them on that corner route, same as the other setup, guys. But on this play, there will be no motion across the field. So that is the big difference. There's no motion across the field. Then if they have no deep blue, we are going to keep that corner route, that deep, you know, cross to corner route. Then if they do have deep blues on the field, we will just, you know, hot route that player to that corner route, and that player will beat man coverage. So kind of the idea, guys, with Jet Chip Wasp number 1 versus number 2 is we just want to be able to motion players across the field. So on this play, there will be no motion. Just if they are running a lot of one-step aheads, who we want the one-step aheads on. So if we don't like where the one-step aheads are, if they have 3 on the field, now we motion across the field. Now the one-step aheads are going to be over different players. So if you really want to hit that deep crossing route and it has a one-step ahead on it, we motion across the field. It'll change who everybody is guarding, and a lot of the times we'll just be able to free up different players. So that is why I will use the 2 different setups. And then obviously this deep corner crossing route thing will just destroy man coverage if they don't have that deep blue over the top. So then we will be calling Jet Chip Wasp number 2. All right, guys, the reads versus man. So 1A is if we keep that route on the field, all we want to do is, wait for that player to break to the outside. We want to lead that up and away, and it will be a huge gainer, guys. I will show you that on the field. Then our other setup, if we do put him on a corner route, that is going to be where we look to first if there's no flat defender out there. Then we will look to the slant from the tight end, the deep crosser from the inside rec. And now, because we don't motion that player across the field, instead of him being on that, out route along the sideline, he's actually going to be on a deep dig over the middle, which is going to work really well against man coverage. And then we will have that delayed flat route from the running back. So that is our reads, guys. Those are the adjustments. Let's take a look. All right, guys, so that is what our play art is going to look like. Our only other adjustment is going to be putting X on a slant route for this setup. Now our eyes are going to be on Sanders here, guys. This play does take a while to develop, so we don't want to be calling this a lot if they're bringing a super heavy blitz because, we're only going to have 5. We can block the running back, but we're only going to have 5 to 6 blockers. So if they're bringing a super heavy blitz, this isn't going to be ideal, but this is a really good setup. We can see they're bringing their safety down into the box, bringing another safety in. So we're really thinking, guys, so they're playing deep middle of the field here. Our eyes are going to wait for triangle. Watch, he goes crosser. Now we can see it light up, and he's going to cut to the outside. Look at that. 4 to 5 yards of separation. We're going to pass that, lead that up and towards the sideline. Absolutely roast him for a 52-yard touchdown, guys. So just wait in the pocket. Soon as we see him break towards the sideline, we are going to lead that up and away. Okay, one more time, guys, on the opposite side of the field. As we can see, this one they are actually bringing a blitz, but we're able to block it. As soon as we see him cut, we threw this a little earlier because of the blitz, and I kind of led this towards the sideline instead of up. So we're not quite as much separation, but we're still able to get in for a big 43-yard touchdown. But guys, if there's no safety on that side of the field, this route will toast. Okay, one more time, guys. Dion right here. Watch their safeties. So he's actually a flat defender. He will not be dropping back. Throw that as soon as he breaks, guys. Pass that, lead that up and away. They actually click on and take a really good angle. That is the only thing that stops us from getting in. But as you can see, guys, if they don't have one step ahead on their man coverage, this route will toast. All right, guys, so now they have deep blues on the field. So I will adjust this player to that deep corner route, and that is where our eyes are going to first. So if they start running a lot of two-man, a lot of drop back, then we can use this player here. Throw on break, same as before. Pass that, lead that towards the sideline. Catch it for a 15-yard gain. Okay, same thing, guys. Now we want to look at that slant route. Once again, 4 to 5 yards of separation. Fire that in there. Turn it upfield. That's Deion Sanders on him. But because he is lined up so far outside, he's just giving us such a nice inside release, guys. This slant route absolutely kills. All right, guys, now we're going to be looking at this deep crosser. He's going to be on a safety with no help in the middle of the field, guys. Absolutely destroys him, turns him around. Fire that in there, and that's like a 60-yard touchdown. Unless he gets caught, we do not. We get in. So, guys, like I said, a lot of the times that inside receiver on the trip side will be on a safety, and he will absolutely toast him. Okay, now we want to look at this player here, guys. This is going to be that up post. Now it's going to be a deep dig across the field, and it is going to get really good separation, guys. So he's going to post, then he's going to cut across the field. We're just going to low ball that in there for like a 15-yard gain. One more time, guys. We have Allworth on this side now. Post, now to a deep dig. Really late, we can just fire that, low ball that in there, fire it in for another 10 to 11-yard gain. Okay, guys, now we have our running back out of the backfield. Like I was saying, this route is super, super good against man coverage. He's going to kind of hide in between here. Then he's going to release out. So we're going to watch this. He's going to kind of fake block. Then he's going to release, guys. And this player in man coverage, he does a really good job of freezing them. Cuts to the outside. 5 yards of separation. Fire that in there. Gain of 10 yards. So a really good check down route. Easy yardage against man coverage. A lot of the times it's going to be a linebacker, a safety on this running back as well. Okay, one more time, guys. With this running back, kind of fakes blocks. Then he's going to release. Look at the man coverage, guys. He's way to the outside. Fire that in there. Because he fake blocks, put a juke on, gain of 15 yards. Because he fakes blocks, guys, it kind of glitches out the man coverage. They are not going to hop right over top of him right away, and then he's just going to break to the outside, get a lot of separation. All right, guys, that is it. That is Jet Chip Wasp number 2. Absolutely destroy man coverage. It is my go-to man coverage beaters. Like I said, that is kind of 2.5 different setups to use for you guys. I'm really excited to bring you guys this whole offense. It is so good, so unique. Like this whole setup, they are so different than you're going to see a lot of people running. So thank you guys for tuning in. Please leave a like on this video. Do not forget to sub to the channel, guys. Thank you so much for the support. My name is King Reggie, and I'm out.